Hi everyone. Well, it's wintertime here in the US, and I know a lot of you have already shut down your gardens because it's too cold to grow outside. But we're filming a video outdoors today because I wanted to bring you as much of the sunny Southern California warmth and the greenery as possible. Two of the most common questions I hear about growing in the wintertime is, can you even grow in the winter? And then the next question is, what do you grow? Well, today I'm here to tell you, yes, you can grow in the wintertime. I'm going to share with you 4 easy vegetables that you can grow indoors when it's too cold to grow outside. So you can still have those fresh, tasty vegetables in the wintertime, and you can do it very simply in a quick, simple, and inexpensive way. So let's get started. 4 easy crops to grow inside are lettuce, herbs, microgreens, and a small dwarf tomato. Now, I've been growing these indoors and it is so much fun to have that greenery inside. Easy access to your kitchen. You can just snip and clip to throw into your recipes. You're gonna love to have these vegetables growing inside. So let's get started. I'm gonna show you exactly how to plant them. For our indoor garden, we're gonna be growing in containers. First things first is soil. You do want to choose a good potting mix that has good nutrients. I like to use Good Dirt indoor potting mix because it is a little bit finer than the potting mix that you use for outdoors, so the seeds will germinate faster, and it has peat moss in it, which really helps the soil retain moisture, which is very important inside as well during those winter months where you've got the heater on, things are dry, and you don't want your plants to dry out too fast. So what I like to do is pre-mix my soil or pre-moisten my soil. That way the seeds have all the moisture they need to get off to a good start. Now, you really don't want to bring any potting mix that you've already used outdoors to the indoors because you could bring inside bugs, and you really don't want to have a bug infestation inside in the wintertime. So I like to use some fresh potting mix. You can reuse soil that you already have had indoors if you want to, but just add a couple of inches of fresh potting mix to the top. So here I just added some water, and then I'm mixing the water in as we go here, just so the consistency of the soil, it kind of looks like crumbly brownie mix. Not too moist, not too dry. And we'll get your indoor plants off to a good start. I'm just going to add a little bit more water here. And then continue mixing it in till there's no more dry pockets of soil. We've got the soil all pre-moistened, and let me just show you the consistency of the soil. It's not too wet, not too dry. A few little drops of water come out, which is perfectly okay. It's about the consistency of crumbly brownie mix. I know I say that a lot, hope you like brownies, but it is a really good analogy. So if your soil looks like this, you are good to go. Now let's talk about containers. You want to choose a container that's kind of small and compact for indoor growing. About 6 inches is good for what we're going to be planting. What we're going to be planting in, and this is so much fun, you guys. I'm so excited to share this with you. These are brand new. These are Cali Kim 1-gallon smart pots. Fabric containers, super compact, will fit on your kitchen windowsill, under a grow light. They're perfect for indoor growing. And you gotta love the bright colors. It's given me such a lift to see these indoors. I know you guys will love growing in them too. So what I'm gonna do is grab my smart pots here and fill them up with my soil. So we're gonna fill up 4 containers so we can plant our 4 different crops. These vegetables are so much fun to grow, and I really love having them easy access inside. You guys are gonna really enjoy being able to snip and clip some lettuce for salads, some herbs to throw in your recipes, and just having those indoor plants, it really gives you a nice lift. So I'm just digging in here with my hands. You know, getting your hands in the soil really is very therapeutic. And I'm filling the containers all the way up to the top. That way when our seeds sprout, they're gonna have plenty of soil, and the roots will have plenty of room to grow. So these containers are fabric. They're nice and breathable. They've got drainage, which is really important for plants, so the roots don't rot. And because they're fabric and aerated, you get lots of oxygen to the roots, which will really help you grow more inside, which of course we all want to do in the wintertime. Have all that greenery growing indoors. It really gives you a big lift. We've got 2 of our containers filled. We've got 2 to go, so we have 4 containers to plant our crops in. So now I'm filling up the berry blue smart pots here, all the way to the top. Now comes the fun part, planting the seeds for our indoor garden. Now remember at the beginning of the video when I said a lot of people don't know what you can plant indoors. Well, I've taken the guesswork out of it for you with the brand new Calikim Indoor Garden Seed Collection. There's 10 varieties in here. We're gonna plant 4 easy crops today. This has everything in it that you need for your indoor garden, the lettuce, the herbs, the microgreens, and a special treat, a little tiny Tim tomato. So first off, let's plant some microgreens. Now, if you've never grown microgreens before, they are one of the easiest things that you can grow indoors. They're tiny little greens that you don't grow to full maturity. You harvest them at 2 to 3 inches tall. You guys, this is a no-brainer. You can grow these right on a windowsill. You don't even need a grow light. These happen to be some purple radishes. Look at these beautiful purple stems. They're so pretty and they look really nice with the berry blue smart pots. So these are in the Indoor Garden Seed Collection. Today we're gonna plant a different variety of microgreens in here. There's 4 varieties of microgreens included. We're gonna plant some red mustard greens and some arugula. Now, these aren't special seeds just for microgreens. They're actually the regular seeds that you could use in your garden. And I'm gonna mix a couple different varieties, which is perfectly okay. Red mustard greens are one of my favorite because they grow so fast. And you're gonna be eating these in about 7 to 10 days. So if you are hankering for something green, because you can't get outdoors to grow, plant some microgreens and you'll be eating these very soon. On that cold winter day, these are so tasty, thrown over a nice warm bowl of soup. So this is arugula, so we've mixed together the arugula and the red mustard greens. And I'm just mixing them together here in my hand. And then for microgreens, what you want to do is you want to spread them very thickly over the soil. You don't need to worry at all about spacing because you want a nice carpet of greens, just like the container I just showed you. You want them to come up nice and thick so that you have a whole bunch to harvest. You don't need to worry about crowding in your containers because remember, you're not growing them to full maturity. So I'm just going to dump out some more arugula seeds in my hand. You can see how thickly I'm sowing them. And then I'll throw in a few more of the red mustard greens just for fun. These are nice zippy greens, packed full of flavor and nutrients. You might even want to try giving your kids their own little container to grow in. They are going to love it. And what I'm going to do is just sprinkle a little bit of soil on the top. You don't want to cover it too heavily because you want those microgreens to be able to germinate and poke through very, very quickly. So just sprinkle on a little bit on top, press them down. I'm going to give them a light little spray of water. Don't want to drown them with a big old watering can because that way you won't dislodge the seeds. So just going to spray them, keep them moist, put them in a windowsill. I even keep these in my kitchen in a windowsill that doesn't even have a lot of sunlight. And you should see them germinate in about 3 to 5 days, and you're going to be eating these very soon. When you're growing your indoor garden, you do want to keep things simple. And another super easy crop to grow indoors are herbs. Now here I've got some basil and some chives growing. We also have dill in the Indoor Garden Seed Collection. It's so much fun, you guys, to have these fresh, tasty herbs to add to your food in the dead of winter. Oh my gosh, nothing like that fresh taste. Super easy to grow in containers. So first off, I'm going to sprinkle in some basil seeds into the mandarin orange Calikim Smart Pots. And don't you guys just love the color of this orange pot? It's one of my favorites. So let me know what your favorite color is too. So here we've got our tiny little basil seeds. I'm actually going to plant basil and dill in the same container. So let's just go half and half here. Sprinkle a few in. If you can, space them apart about an inch or so. And we can always go back in later and thin out the seeds if it gets too crowded in here. Basil seeds are super, super tiny, so I just dropped a few in there. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my plant tag in so I can remember what I'm growing on this half. And then I'm gonna sprinkle a few dill seeds in the second half. These seeds smell so good and the herbs so aromatic. You're gonna love having them in your kitchen for easy access when you're cooking. But let me stick my tag in. A little bit of soil on top. Just tamp it down. Give it a spray with the spray bottle. And make sure you keep the soil moist while they're germinating. Now for basil and dill, you can grow them on a sunny windowsill, but I really feel like they grow much better under grow lights. So you want to go back and watch my grow light video for how to get them set up. Quick, simple, easy, inexpensive. And don't be intimidated by it. It's really the best way that you can grow them indoors in the winter. We've got our microgreens planted, our herbs planted for our indoor garden. The third super easy crop to grow inside is lettuce. On those cold winter days, you're going to be thinking about your summer garden. You are going to love having a fresh, tasty crop of lettuce growing inside. So the indoor garden seed collection has two varieties of lettuce. It has the Paris Cause, which is a romaine lettuce, the bronze mignette, which is a beautiful kind of purplish tinge of leaves. The leaves aren't too purple now, but they turn a little bit more purple as they get a little bit larger. And we're going to plant some lettuce here in our berry blue smart pots. Lettuce is so easy to grow, you guys. You just sprinkle the seeds over the soil, just like this. If you can, space them out a little bit. And you don't even have to cover them with soil. You just press it down. Lettuce likes light to germinate, so that's one reason why you don't have to cover it. So just press it down there. Spray it with water. And you guys might notice here in the smart pots that I'm using these little plant saucers, which is really handy to have when you're growing inside. So the water isn't dripping all over your tables or your windowsills as you're growing, and it just makes it a whole lot easier. So you can grab these at your local garden center, or you can get them on Amazon. I'll put a link in the video description for them. So we're going to pop our tag in here. Now, just like herbs, you can grow lettuce on a sunny windowsill, but I found that I have much better success if I just pop them under a quick and easy grow light, and that way you have more salad greens. The last vegetable we're going to plant today to grow indoors is a tiny Tim tomato. Now, you might think, how in the world can I grow a tomato inside in the winter? Well, this one is very special. It's a dwarf tomato. It only grows about 1 to 2 feet tall. Now, this one right here has been growing outside all summer long, fall and winter, so it's kind of reaching the end of its life here. But it is an absolutely beautiful tomato, small little cherry-sized tomatoes, and actually I think this plant has a little bit more life left in it. So it's really nice and compact, perfect for indoor growing. And what I like to do with the tiny Tim is start the seeds in a smaller container, and then we'll be transferring it over to a larger container. And we are going to have more videos in the indoor garden series here, so make sure you stay tuned. We'll be telling you how to maintain your plants, how to water your plants, how to deal with fungus gnats, which are a common indoor problem. So make sure you subscribe and share this video with your friends so they can grow indoors too. So we're going to grab some of the seeds, the tiny Tim seeds in the indoor garden seed collection. And you can see I started these inside about 10 days ago or so. They're already popping through the soil. These are little teeny tiny Tim tomato plants. So here I'm just going to spread some seeds a few inches apart in the berry blue smart pots. Just going to drop one seed about 3 or 4 inches apart. So we're planting about 5 or 6 in here. And then we'll be transferring them to other containers. I like to plant more than one seed, just so if one seed doesn't germinate, I've got another one on the way. So I just put the seeds in there. I'm actually going to poke them down into the soil, very lightly cover them. And then we're going to spray them with water and pop them indoors under a grow light. Now, tomato seeds will take a little bit longer to germinate than your microgreens, your lettuce, and your herbs. You can expect germination in about 7 to 10 days. And you probably do want to put them in a little bit warmer of a location, somewhere that's around 70 degrees or so. Now what I'm going to do is take these inside and pop them under grow lights. Make sure you go back and watch that grow light video for all the information. You want to leave your grow lights on for 18 hours, off for 6 hours. The microgreens though, I'm just going to pop right in my windowsill. So there you have it, guys. 4 easy vegetables to grow indoors in the wintertime when it's too cold to grow outdoors. We've got your herbs, microgreens, lettuce, and of course my favorite, the tiny Tim tomato. Are you guys in? I want to hear from you in the comments below if you're ready to go for it and grow a garden indoors this winter. There's plenty of help here, lots of help in the comments too, lots of wonderful gardeners that love to jump in and support you. And also grab an indoor garden seed collection over at calicamgardenandhome.com. And what do you guys think of these new smart pots? Aren't they fun? Let me know what you think of those too and what your favorite color is. And you can grab those over on my website as well. And we are running a sale right now, 25% off with the code Thanksgiving on calicamgardenandhome.com, and that sale runs through Saturday, December 5th. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video.